Hello friends, welcome to Joy of Life. So today we are going to look at another medium level problem from LeetCode. The problem number is 284. It's called peaking iterator. So the problem says design an iterator that supports the peak operation on a list in addition to has next and next operation. Okay. Implement the peaking iterator class. Okay, and there are some constraints to it as well. Peaking iterator constructor takes an integer array nums, initializes the object with the given integer array nums. Int next returns the next element in the array and moves the pointer to the next element. So next, what it does is it's remove the element and returns back the element. And it so when you do a next again, you'll get the next object. So Boolean has next returns true if there are still elements in the array. And there is a extra peak method. So it returns a int peak, returns the next element in the array without moving the pointer. So this peak is more like a peak on the stack, wherein we just see the element, we just get the element, but it's not moved from the class. So if you do peak multiple times, it's going to return the same element, and if you do a next, it will return the element and it will then going to remove the element. So let's look at the class and understand what are we given with. So we are giving with a peaking iterator class which implements the iterator and it's templated to the integer type. So there is a constructor to it which takes a iterator which is of type integer. There is a peak method which returns an integer. So it says returns the next element in the iteration without advancing the iterator. So as I just mentioned that if you call peak again and again, you're going to get the same object back. And there is a next method and there is a has next method. So next method gives you the element just like the peak, but the only difference is it's going to remove the element. So next time you do a peak, so let's say we have elements like 2, 3, and 4. So you do peak multiple times, you're going to get 2, 2, 2. So let's say I've called peak 3 times. Then I do a next. So I'll get the 2, but this 2 will be removed this time. So next time I do a peak, what I'll get is a 3. Again, if I do a peak, I'll get a 3. And once I do a next, it's going to remove that 3 and return that 3. So that's what is expected over here. So they have given us some sample inputs over here as well. First is the initialization command, picking iterator, then they are doing a next. So it is assumed that will be given with the iterator in the constructor. So we already have the elements with us. And then there is a next done, then there is a peak done, there is a next done, then there is a has next done, like this. It will go on. So do give it a try yourself. Do try to see if you can implement it or not. So these two functions over here, next and has next, are common functions. On addition, on top of it, what we are doing is a peak function. Let's head over to the board and check out the solution. So before looking at anything else, we are going to take a look at the constructor, right? So everything starts from the constructor. And what do we see is that we get the parameter in the constructor, which is iterated. So the first important point over here is the constructor, right? So this is the first important part. And what do we get in the constructor is iterator. So in order to return elements from the class, what do we need? We need to store this iterator, right? We have been passed with iterator. So we'll be having an iterator and it is of type integer. Let's call this ITR. And what we are going to do is as soon as we get the iterator, so as soon as we get the iterator, so iterator will have multiple values, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to create a variable, an instance member variable of type integer. And we are going to store this first value of the iterator. So let's say you get input like 5, 8, 13, 14, like this, right? So what we are going to do over here is we are going to store this iterator. So this is let's say the iterator, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to take out the first element from the iterator. So we are going to take this out. So this item is removed, right, from the iterator as soon as we take this out, and we are going to assign that to the val. So so let's rewrite the iterator. What will be there? So just let me cut this off. So we have 8, 13 and 14 in the iterator, right? And we have the first element is pointed by the val. So that's the only thing that we are going to do. And of course, if the iterator is, there is no item in the iterator, then we are going to store a null over here, right? And now let's go back to LeetCode and see what are the other methods they are asking for. So the other method that they are asking for is a peek. So now see what peek does. Peek basically gives you the first element that is present on the iterator, but it does not remove it. So see how simple it becomes. So in the peek method, so we have the first method peek. So we are not going to do anything. We are just going to return this val. So you call me as many times as you want, and every time I am just going to return you that 5, right? But we need to change that as soon as we, so these are all methods returning int, right? So I'm not putting that over here, so that's understandable. So as soon as we have the next method, right? So when we implement the next method, what we are going to do is we are going to create a temporary variable and put this val. So what happens is we are just putting this 5 inside the temp, right? And then inside val, so what next does it removes the element. So our 5 has to go away and 8 has to come over here, right? So what we are going to do over here is we are going to get the next value from the iterator. Of course, we'll be making some checks, but I'm not mentioning that. In the real code, we'll do that. And what we are going to do, we are storing the next value in the val. And what is we are going to do is we are going to return the temp. So what happens here? We return the 5, right? We return the 5 and we stored the 5 first from val to temp, and we return the temp. And inside val, what do? We remove this 5 and put this 8, and this 8 is gone from this, right? So you just see that we are picking the first value and keeping it with us. And as and when we are going to require it, we are going to manipulate it and send it back. Okay. So has next. So the next method that we need is a has next, and it should return a boolean. So let's say it's a method has next. So you just see how simple it becomes. So definitely, if in this statement, if we have this, if we don't have a value, we'll make that check. If this value is not present, right? If there is no next value, in that case, we are going to we are going to store a null inside val. So here in the has next function, what we are going to do is we are going to simply say return val not equals to null. So if the iterator is empty, when this will become empty, when this condition is not met. So basically, let me write down this condition for you. You must be curious to know what we'll be doing over here. Though you can see it in the actual code, but what I will be doing is we'll call the actual iterator. So we'll be doing a val equals to. So first we are going to do a check on the iterator. If iterator will use has next of the iterator, if has next is there, then what we are going to do, we are then going to call, if it has a next, then we are going to put itr.next, right? Otherwise, what we are going to do, we are going to say just assign back a null. So when the iterator is empty, the val will have a null value inside it, right? And as soon as I see val is null, I am going to return a false, right? So there is no next value. So basically the intention is the val will pick up the first value if present, otherwise it is going to keep a null to itself. And we are going to check that and we are going to send that back. The solution is as simple as that. So let's head over to the code and let's see how it all fits in. So as discussed, what we need is a iterator. We need to store the iterator. So we'll need a iterator of type integer. And we are going to call that as itr. And this is nothing but the same iterator that's been passed to us, right? And we are going to have an integer called val, right? So how we are going to initialize this? So the first thing that we'll be doing is to initialize these two variables over here when the constructor is called, right? So we are going to do that. So we are going to first store this iterator that's being passed to us. So it's called itr is equal to the iterator. And what we are going to do is we are going to initialize val, right? So how we are going to initialize val, as we have discussed over here, this is going to be the statement how we are going to initialize the val. Okay, so we are going to just say itr. So we have assigned it to itr. We can use itr. If it has a next, then I'll ask him to give me the value. If not, I am going to get the value. This is how we are going to initialize it. So the val will contain the first value that is passed to us. Okay, and then what do we do for peak? We just return val. What do you do for temp? We store the value because we are going to reassign val. So we are going to put this val into inside temp. And then what we are going to do is exactly the same thing that we have done. If there are more values, then sorry. We are exactly going to do the same thing that we have done over here. So we are just going to do the same thing over here as well. And then what we are going to do, we are going to return the temp at the end. That's it. And over here also the check is very simple. So we are just going to say if val not equals to null, we are just going to return that, right? Because we are supposed to return a true or a false. So has next meant it has a value. So the value should not be equals to null. Right, so this is what the condition looks like. So this is, see, this is a very straightforward solution that we are just using, you can say, a constant extra space right over here. We are just using a constant extra space because this val is going to be only one single integer variable, no matter what your iterator points to, and this iterator is passed to you. You are not creating any iterator, right? And even this temp and all, these are local variables and this will be constant. So for each call, I'm not going to create thousands of temps over here, right? So let's run this code and see how it goes. Oh my God, I should do something about my problem. It should be a question mark, right? Copy paste, same error comes back to haunt me. Oops, my bad. This will be null. This will be null. I tend to do these mistakes when I talk during coding. That's okay, but you can understand, right? That's what I wrote also, but when it comes to the code, I wrote something else. So we have a performance of 4 milliseconds, which is better than 93% of the submission. So once again, the entire intention is to give you the idea on how to come up with the solution. So I hope you got the solution over here, how we are just using one single variable in order to come up with the solution, right? So what we are basically doing is we are leveraging the iterator, we are extracting the value initially, and we are making use of it based on the methods. So peak has a different usage, next has a different usage, has next has a different usage. So yeah, let me know what you think about the solution. I always try to keep the solution as clean and simple as possible because I understand during an interview when you face such questions, it's very difficult to come up with a very difficult kind of solution or a complicated kind of solution. So I try to keep them simple so that it becomes easier for you to understand, and also you get the entire thought process or the mind map behind this entire solution. So yeah, do let me know in the comment section, and do subscribe to and help the channel to grow. And it's been tremendous the last few days, the amount of support and love I got for this channel. I've been getting almost 4 to 5 subscriber every day, but I would like to hear from you guys, which I have not been hearing, not much of comments though. Do feel to put some comments and let me know how am I doing, what should I doing better. If you have any suggestion for me, do let me know all those things so I can cater to your needs better in those cases. And also, if you want me to solve any particular problem from any particular platform, then you can share the link, and I'll try to keep it as interactive as possible in the comment section, and also to come up with a detailed video to explain the mind map, thought process, approaching the solution, or whatever your doubts are. For any videos, you can just let me know. So yeah, that's all from this video. Enough of chit chat. So have a great weekend and see you guys. Bye bye.